Rep. Hurd said Sunday morning that it's time for Congress to claw back certain powers given to the president in times of emergency. Hurd, R. Texas, was just one of 13 House Republicans who voted alongside Democrats last month to block President Donald Trump's declaration of a national emergency over the situation at the country's border with Mexico. Story continued below. But Hurd told Jake Tapper on CNN's State of the Union that immigration and border security are still problems that needs to be prioritized. "I think the president being focused on border security is important," Hurd said. "What I've always said, and I've been saying this since 2002, building a 30-foot-high concrete structure from sea to shining sea is the most expensive and least effective way to do border security. And guess what? The president agrees." He mentioned that in one of his last announcements from the Rose Garden. Instead, the nation should be focused on options that better utilize technology, manpower and physical barriers, where it makes sense. Hurd added that he doesn't have a problem with adding more physical barriers along the border, noting that approximately 40% of current border barriers are located in his district. "I don't have a problem with that," he said. "I voted for those things. I've voted, since I've been in Congress, for $220 billion of funding." The issue, Hurd explained, boils down to the word emergency, not wall. So ultimately, the issue with the use of the word emergency is that gives the president certain powers that I believe goes against what our Constitution has said. Hurd told Tapper, "Congress, back before I was alive, gave this authority up. They gave the power of the purse to the executive branch in times of emergency. I think we need to claw that back." Hurd's vote to block the declaration also stemmed from the effects it would have on military bases. "I have multiple military bases in my district and there's a plan to take away about $4 billion from construction at our military bases," he said. "In Del Rio, which is on our border, Laughlin Air Force Base produces more pilots than any other facility in the United States of America. There are projects there that take care of the men and women that keep us safe that are going to be impacted, and I don't want to see that happen. By signing up you agree to receive email newsletters or alerts from Politico. You can unsubscribe at any time. When push comes to shove, the administration and Congress should be focusing on fixing current laws dealing with asylum and implementing more effective technology," Hurd added. "We have 7 months left in the fiscal year. It's going to be almost impossible to spend $8 billion from other areas," he explained. "We had a bill that funded border security. We've done $220 billion over the last year. This is a problem. We need to focus on things like fixing asylum because asylum is being abused for people coming here," Hurd said. "We should be using more technology. We're not using the latest and greatest technology. You can put what I call a smart wall along the border, all 2,000 miles, in less than a year and gain operational control along the border, which means you know everything that's going back and forth across the border. Jump to sidebar section.